Hello everyone, today I'm going to be giving you some tips on competition solves. So first things first, warming up is a very important part of making your competition times better. And what can happen is if you race someone or whatever, or you're racing, you can get into bad habits and that can affect your times. So what I recommend doing is solving something other than the event that is coming up. So for example, if 3x3 is coming up, I recommend practicing a preferably bigger cube or a harder cube, so maybe a 4x4 or a Mega Minx. I say bigger is better, maybe 7x7 if you really want to, and what that does is it keeps your hands warm, and also it keeps your brain warmed up, but you're not really working on things associated with the cube and getting into any kind of bad habits. Now, once it's really close, then you do want to do some solves, but not too many, once again, because you can get into bad habits that you usually wouldn't do when you're doing a practice session. So then you do want to do some practices, preferably with scrambles. If you have like a tablet or smartphone, that's useful. I personally don't, but whatever. But basically you don't want to practice it too much because you can get into bad habits. So once you're called up to bring up your cube and then you're in that kind of waiting area, you still want to be doing something. So they have your main, so that's gone. So I recommend now doing the same kind of cube but not another main. So if you have like 3 mains, you don't want to be doing that one of those mains. You want to be solving something else. So I only have 1 main, which is this. So I solve with this because it helps me with my look ahead. Actually, this is my look ahead practice cube. That's a really important thing for me. It pretty much dictates all the times of my solves, so that's why I use it. And it's not that fast. It's not my main, so that's why I use it. And the reason why you don't want to be using one of your mains is it kind of keeps you on your toes, something you're not really used to, and it can really force you to do things like look ahead subconsciously. That's why I use this cube. It forces me to look ahead because it's slower. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically just don't use another one of your mains, but you do want to be doing the same kind of cube so that you're still ready when they call you up. So then once you're called up and you're at the timer, you want to make sure your hands are warm. So beforehand, just make sure they're warm. If they're not warm, you can I like to hold my opposite forearms because my forearms tend to be warm and then my hands get cold for some reason. Or you can rub them together or do something, but your hands definitely want to be warm so that you don't have slow algorithms or end up locking up your cube because you didn't do a full rotation or something. And then also during the solve, what helps me at least is slowing down. And the reason for that is with all the adrenaline flowing, whatever, you can end up going too fast on a step, and then especially for looking ahead, you can kind of forget about that and not do it, and then you end up being slower. So I have to make a very strong conscious effort to slow down a lot, and it actually gives me really good times. Doing this, I broke like all my records last competition. So that's mainly for 3x3. For bigger cubes, it's kind of personal things, but for 3x3 also, this tends to be a thing for if you're sub 20 or kind of in that zone where it's more technique and not things like actual moves that slow you down. So like what I mean is look ahead and things like that can slow you down. But when you're greater than 20 seconds, sometimes just going all out makes you faster. So it kind of depends. You have to try both, but especially when you're with those more faster times that you usually average, slowing down helps a lot. So those are some tips that I have for competition solves, and hopefully you can improve your times with these. So thank you for watching.